besties, welcome back to the channel. Make sure you got your wine, your water, or your rolling tray, or whatever you need to tune in with me. Today I'm sipping on this little Jack Daniels. It's like a mixer, I guess. Whatever. And I have my coldest water here with me. The link will be in the description box with all of the codes if you would like one. Astroworld. Astroworld. Like I'm like nervously smiling and like laughing because I'm cool with like the afterlife and like all of like things like when people are already dead and like, you know, dealing with like spirit realms and stuff like that, but like dealing with like mass casualties and tragedies and like really sad energy sucking situations, I'm just not good at it. Like I'm too much of an empath for this, and in order to keep from like literally letting this fester up inside of me and crying, I need to talk about it and I need to laugh about it and I need to point out all of the things that I already saw that was wrong with this entire situation before the concert even happened. I definitely need my oregano today. I have been collecting videos, statements, going through my DMs, talking to people who were actually at Astroworld, and that's how I even I didn't know that nobody else was talking about it yet. People that were there were writing me, like sending me DMs like, I just left Astroworld and it's crazy, like so many people died. I'm like, what are you talking about? So I just went on Twitter and started seeing like other people talking about it, and I made a post and it went crazy. Like they shadow banned me on Instagram and everything because I told the truth about what happened, but the news wanted to wait because they waited hours. Like my post was up for hours before any other blog posted it, and I'm like, even people were in my comments like, why is nobody talking about this? Like, is this real? I'm like, it's real. I don't know why people aren't talking about it. They shadow banned me because the news needed to wait and get their lives together. So they were like, oh no, we can't have her spinning this story while we're trying to tell people that this is what happened. So I'm gonna hit this blunt one more time. I'm gonna sip this cup one more time. I'm gonna take this shot one more time. It's like for those who are not aware of what happened, Travis Scott's Astroworld concert turned into a mass casualty last night, and the people that were there said that they saw over 100 dead bodies. Like multiple people, different people that were not friends, not together, didn't get their stories together, like they were just reporting at different times at the same place, like, you know, they all said that they saw hundreds of. Then here comes the news, oh, it was only 8, and we're gonna get into that. Headlines matter, symbolism does not lie. If it's fake, why is it real? I really need y'all to understand that nothing is a coincidence. They don't do things by mistake. This was a energy harvesting ritual, point blank period. That's what it was. I need people to stop, oh, it wasn't Travis's fault. People need to learn how to contain themselves. You know what happens when you go to a mosh pit. These are what concerts. No. Do you know why this is what they do at concerts? Because every single concert that you go to is an energy harvesting ritual. That's literally what concerts are. That's what they're there for. To control you, to get you sucked in. It'd be right in our faces, and people still just want to deny it. Like these celebrities have y'all in a choke hold, like, and it scares me. Before we dive into all of the symbolism, let's go over what actually took place. Here's a video from a fan that was at the festival, and he explains what he saw happen. So let's watch his video.
It just felt like we was like literally like in hell, bro. Like it felt like we was in a concert in hell. You couldn't breathe, you couldn't see. Like just imagine all the people they gonna find tonight who was in that crowd, who nobody could see, who nobody could hear, who passed out, and everybody was just trampling on top of them the whole fucking concert. Like, I'm thinking it's probably gonna be like at least 100 people who dead tonight. Like, I kid you not. Like, in the VIP section, it was so many bodies laid out. People was getting pulled out who was fainted, and the medics were trying to give them CPR, and they was flipping them over, and like they was literally turning them black and blue. Like, I never seen death in my life, bro. Just by me alone, it was probably like 10 people laid out dead. And like once the medics tried to help them, they wasn't responding. They moved to the next person. It was nothing they could have do. Like this really f***ed me up and like really spooked me tonight. Like that was like some demonic. What was so crazy, like people were screaming help, trying to tell Travis Scott. They was like help. The whole crowd was just going like help, help, help. And he just kept going, bro. It was like, this was scary, bro. It was so demonic, bro. After tonight, bro, like God really showed me, like, you know, like stay away from that, bro. Like that's not for you, because like he sacrificed so many people's lives tonight, like for real. Like so many people's lives are gone tonight because they want to go to a Travis Scott concert and have fun. You know, he influenced people to be raging and all this shit. So many people broke in, and it was just chaos, bro. It was a living hell, bro. Imagine seeing all those dead bodies, and that was just by me.
And you see how he said that was just by him? So if he saw that many bodies by him, this other girl was in another section and saw that many bodies by her, and then there were other people that were writing me talking about the bodies that they saw. But somehow the news only found 8 bodies. Not that I'm wishing that there were more people, because this is sad. One body is too much at a festival. Like, nobody should be going to a festival to enjoy themselves and see their favorite artist and die. Or leave on a stretcher or just anything. Like, this was a traumatic experience. Like, this was Manchester all over again. Ariana Grande, yeah, that was a ritual too. But that's another story for her own situation. The part where he said that it was like being in hell and Travis wasn't listening to them and he was just in a trance, this is what he was talking about. Like, this video really gave me chills because people are in the crowd dying. He's looking directly at them, like on the floor, and he's just singing, and like he's in the deepest MK Ultra trance. And this is why I talk about MK Ultra so much, because you guys don't understand the depths of it. Everybody's been telling me to watch Inside Job. You see on Inside Job when they have the president and he's on the freaking podium and he's talking, and all of a sudden they put the target on his head to get him back to his regular talking points because he was straying from the script. They don't like that. They can, gosh, I need y'all to understand, there's so much power behind these things. Look at this video. This is the most demonic thing I've seen. Like, what is that? Like, he's just like literally like that was like a seance. Like, you can see this orb that comes through the video and it like leads straight to the person, like goes from Travis to the person who's on the floor. There was a video of him that someone shared and he was telling them to check on someone because they passed out, but that Travis looks like a totally different Travis from right here. Like, this one is MK Ultra, like he's under a trance at this very moment. The other one, he seems more alert, more awake, like more involved with the audience and like what's happening around him. Here he's just like zombie, a puppet. It's really sad because he dropped this statement and it just feels so, it's just not genuine. Like, we can watch it right now. He posted to his Instagram story to say this after everything that happened, and I just want y'all to pay attention to his mannerisms, his body language, just everything. Like, it's just the way he's talking, it's just not sitting right with me. It doesn't feel genuine.
I just want to send out prayers to the ones that was lost last night. We're actually working right now to identify the families.
Please peep how he keeps rubbing his third eye. Y'all see, when I have harvested too much energy from talking about these things, I have to take my crystals and rub them on my forehead. It's the same exact thing. It's you're clearing. He knows what he, like, oh my gosh.
So we can help assist him through this tough time. You know, my fans really mean the world to me.
He literally keeps rubbing his forehead and covering his eye, like all in the same one, like just keeps doing it over and over and over. And he's talking like he's fighting back, like a smile or like laughter. And like, I know I also said that like I get very awkward when it comes to things like this, but there's a time and a place. Oh my gosh, this man.
Anytime I can make out, you know, anything that's going on, I just stop the show and, help them get the help they need, I could just never imagine the severity of the situation.
Which he does. He usually will stop the show, and that's why it's so weird. Like, he was there in that trance, just like, and it was in the lowest frequency. Like, it gave me, like, it literally made my stomach hurt. Like, it made me feel sick. Look at where we paused. Oh my gosh.
We've been working closely with everyone to just try to get to the bottom of this. The City of Houston, HPD, Fire Department, everyone to help us figure this out. If you have any information, please just contact your local authority.
If we have any information, sir, you were on stage. Like, y'all have y'all cameraman wasn't listening. Oh my gosh, that girl going up to the stage telling them people are dying and they were just ignoring her.
That's okay, we see you real quick. Stage me, let's do it.
My prayers go out and all the first of all, there were so many people there and nobody was talking about it until everybody started like writing them like, why aren't you talking about what happened? SZA had the nerve to be posted up on Instagram, on Twitter, wherever she was, hooked up to a banana bag because she drank too much or was feeling sick, talking about, oh, I'm sorry I didn't get to kick it with the crowd. You knew to leave before all of that stuff went like, oh my gosh. I'm so tired of the lack of accountability and y'all being in a chokehold. I'm honestly just devastated. I just can't. That's how he looks. Like, he just looks so like, I know that the people still gonna love me because, like, I can't be the only one seeing this. Now that we've gotten what actually happened out of the way, we can get into the symbolism and why I keep stressing how symbolism never lies and how important it is to be able to have discernment and be able to spot these things. Because the moment I saw him drop the song for Escape Plan and I saw the cover art, I was like, nah, I already know that this album is going to be on bullshit. I already know that his performance is going to be on bullshit. Look, okay, we are going to go over this right now. Weekly World Truths. The true dystopia is here. When the end arrives, it's really the beginning. Who knows what lies beneath the surface? So these are just the words that are on the screen right now, right? The Weekly World Truths. We know that they are constantly lying to us. So they're letting you know, we're putting the truth in front of you. We're not going to directly tell you. It's your job to decipher it, but we're putting the truth. And they strongly believe that. They feel like, don't lie, we tell you everything. They'll tell you the truth and then tell you it's a joke and then leave it up to you to be like, oh, well, if you didn't know that it was the truth, the true dystopia is here. Let's look up the meaning of dystopia, right? Dystopia is an imagined state or society in which there is great suffering or injustice, typically one that is totalitarian or post-apocalyptic. So dystopia is the opposite of a utopia. I've been talking about this dystopian future that they have set for us for the longest. Like, this metaverse is leading us straight to dystopia. These AI future planet, dystopian. The only way we will reach utopia is elevating to 5D and literally letting go of this matrix and shedding our idols, and our collective consciousness has to grow together. Like, we all have to rise up together and be smarter. We gotta stop fighting each other for these people that don't care about us. If this didn't show you, let's get serious. We say all the time, shed your idols, these celebrities don't care about you. And a lot of people are like, oh, but how do you know? Like, they love their fans and they don't. If this right here didn't show you that they don't care at all, then I really don't know what to tell you. Like, people are still on Twitter saying, this wasn't Travis's fault. How was it not? He allowed himself to be the vessel for this. He knew what he was doing. Kylie had that whole blood ritual for Halloween, and y'all think it's just coincidence that on Chris's 66th birthday, all these people die at Travis's concert? Come on. Let's talk about where the inspiration for this cover came from, right? Weekly World News. Bat child found in a cave. Boy captured by explorers 2 miles underground. The reason this is important, that this was the cover that he used, is that this was a bat child hybrid. Netflix. Sweet Tooth, right? With the hybrids. None of this is coincidence. They don't do this by mistake. On Travis's says, who knows what lies beneath the surface, which is who knows what's really under them. When they take off these masks and they take off these costumes that they have, and I tweeted, I said that this Halloween, I had a dream that everyone who dressed up and everyone who portrayed something in the media or, like, you know, in the industry and all that, everybody who did something on Halloween and was a character or showed their true selves, that's what they would be stuck as, and everybody would be able to see them for them, because it was like Halloween Town 2 when Calabar put the creature spell on them. So everybody, whatever costume they were, that's what they actually were stuck as, and that's what I saw in my dream. And it's showing, like, they are showing their true selves, and it's amazing. They are letting us know, like, this is a free ticket for you to stop supporting these people and to put as much into yourself as you put into them. Because if you gave half to yourself what you give to these celebrities, the credit that you give to them, the faith you put into them, into yourself, oh my gosh, do you understand how powerful you would be? And that's what they don't want. They know that. That's why they want you to have idols. They want you to watch movies. They want to harvest your energy. They want you, they want you to have these rose-colored glasses because of what they're putting in front of you, when really everything is shit. And that's what the metaverse is. The metaverse is just virtual reality rose-colored glasses. And you're gonna be sitting in a corner somewhere, hungry, depressed, ugly, and in your metaverse, you're gonna be beautiful and fit, and your real life is gonna suck. Let's look at the flyer for the festival, right? Travis Scott, Houston, Texas, live at the Mountain. First of all, we have eyes that look like spaceships, or whatever the case is. The puppeteer hands with the eyes on the palms. It's to pull you in. It's hypnosis. Look at the hypnosis swirl right there in the middle. And it's also not even just a hypnosis swirl, it's a portal. You can see it breaking. The world as we know it, that looks like Earth shedding some type of portal right here, and then you have the puppeteer hands orchestrating it all and we're just getting sucked into this portal. And the portal is a swirl, which is leading us to hypnosis. They are trying to control your thought process. They are controlling the content that you intake. Yeah, I think people just go to these concerts and start acting like that for no reason. They don't just do that at any concert. It depends on the frequency that you're playing, the mood that you set. The artist sets that tone. So if Travis didn't come setting that tone all the time, these things wouldn't happen. This is too normal on his sets. He knows what he's doing. And then, not only are they puppeteer hands, they're the hands of the monster from Pan's Labyrinth. And if you've seen that movie, then you've seen this thing before. And the labyrinths hide portals to the underworld. They literally needed baby blood to open the portals. Just let that sink in. Okay? Also, this creature thing might look really familiar to you because if you remember from our childhood, that show that used to come on Nickelodeon, Real Monsters, yeah, look at them. What does that look like? They prepared us for this. And then the other monster is a black and white checkerboard lizard with big red lips and reptile eyes. Like what? A checkerboard monster? Why would that be scary? Checkerboard and lizard eyes. Come on. Why would they make that a monster? I always said that too. Like, what about this was like, I never understood that being a monster until today. He's actually the scariest monster on the show because he is the powers that are controlling us. That is, all of our fear comes from him. Y'all can call me crazy. At this point, can we really call me a conspiracy theorist? This is straight from source. Back to symbolism and how it doesn't lie and why it's so important. I kept stressing the fact that the news only said that there were 8 casualties. 8. And they're standing on that. Like, they are going hard with that, even though people said that hundreds died, and we saw hundreds of people laid out on that floor. And I can't show it here because, you know, it's too crazy for YouTube, but we saw this. If you can go to my Instagram, the videos are there. Why do y'all keep pushing 8? Then it starts to make sense. As the portals open up on Travis's stage and you see the flames fly up, right as they're holding up signs in the audience saying, "Will we survive?" The inside of his portal says, "See you on the other side." How many flames shot up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 freaking flames on the portal. Like, y'all can say it's a reach. Numbers don't lie. The symbolism doesn't lie. I don't care. At this point, the big blow up head for the entrance of Astroworld, the same thing that he had for Stormy, they love using this head. Even the O for Astro in Astroworld is a swirl for hypnosis because they are keeping you in a trance to get you here. This was a recreation of a Hieronymus Bosch painting. It's called Christ in Limbo. It's literally about being in purgatory. You go in there and you're in hell. Why are y'all still arguing about this? Like, it's not up for debate. This was a ritual. This was a sacrifice. Okay? Then there's a phoenix up there above the freaking lava because it looks like a volcano, and we're gonna get into that in 1 second. But there was a phoenix rising from all of that. And what do we know about phoenixes? Rebirth, transformation. Come on. He was killing y'all and saying, "I'll see you on the other side, in the afterlife, in hell, in purgatory, wherever I put you, because I harvested your soul. I own you now." And I brought up volcanoes because the La Palma volcano in Spain, that it's been erupting for weeks now, like just literally burning things down. People's homes have been destroyed. Half the island is gone. And they said that if it keeps erupting, it will break off in the water, causing a massive tsunami heading towards the East Coast that could possibly wipe us out. And I don't want to fearmonger anybody. I mean, I live on the East Coast. I live in Manhattan. I literally live on the river. Like, if anything happens to this East River, I'm done. So I'm not trying to fearmonger anybody. I'm not trying to make anybody pack up their stuff and like uproot their lives. I'm just letting you know, make sure you know. So when you put these 2 pictures next to each other, it really starts to look like a volcano in eruption. And for his cover art to say, "When the end arrives, it's really the beginning." You're telling us that you're killing people for their lives to start, or like we have to experience like this big apocalypse in order to reach a like what are y'all telling us here? Like, I can't. This was one big energy harvest. It's just, it really sucks that we keep allowing them to like get away with this. Like, it's really like, it's a slap in the face at this point. See you on the other side. So somebody wrote me in my comments on Instagram and said, "Would you agree that focusing on this event could bring it into our collective consciousness?" And my reply was, you can be aware or informed of something and not give it energy as well. And I stand by that. Like, I'm aware of all of these things. I bring light to them and then stop giving them life. I don't post these things to fearmonger you guys to, like, you know, get you to change who you are, to stop listening. I just need you to be aware. They can't harvest your energy and they can't keep you in the sunken place, pretty much. Because this is Get Out. Kanye Ben told us that Get Out was his life, and it's a lot more of our lives than we like to admit. And a lot of us, we end up in the sunken place. And in order to not end up there, you have to be able to discern when somebody's trying to harvest your energy. As soon as I saw all of these things, I said, this is an energy harvest and I'm not giving it my energy. And I ignored it for the whole day until people started dying. And I was like, well, what is this? Because people were just talking about, like, oh, Astroworld, Drake's performing and SZA's here and everybody's here, and but they were just talking about like regular stuff. I tuned it all out. Like, I literally don't know one thing that happened other than like the mass tragedy, because I don't care. I refuse to give these people any type of, like, no. And like, let's be like very clear. Me posting symbolism that these celebrities do and like pointing out things that they do is a lot different from like being invested into their lives. Like, I don't know what they do in their everyday lives. I don't know who half of them are dating, but like, I'm not actively looking at these people's lives or like trying to figure out with it, because I don't care. I really don't. Just like, I don't want them to care what's going on in my personal life, because it doesn't matter. After I said you can be informed of something and not give it your energy as well, someone said they said that damn near everyone is feeding into that energy and not counteracting any of it. Someone else said, well, what do you believe or know to be an appropriate counter energy? She said, doing daily affirmations, speaking love, light, and life into our earth, just not allowing yourself to be emotionally invested in this where it consumes your whole energy and day. While yes, that is absolutely, you know, that's beautiful, but I am not a love and lighter. I'm sorry. I move like 75% love and light, and the other 25 is literally me in my shadow self. And I'm very in tune with my shadow self and just the shadow realm in general. I was very dark. I was the CEO of Sad Girls Club at one point. I let the darkness consume my life. And I also got to a point where I was just completely love and light, and I was just ignoring my shadow self, and that did me no good either. It's like, they take duality and they pervert everything. So I am a strong believer in duality. We need yin and yang. Like, you need the dark and the light. You can't address your shadow without dark and light. You can't cast a shadow without the light. So if I'm in a dark place and here's the light, and I want to see my shadow, I need some light and dark to be able to do that. The sun comes up, it goes down, the moon well, the moon doesn't set, but you know what I mean. When it's time for the sun to shine, the sun is shining, but when it's time for the moon, and we still need night. Like, even if you're not ready for the day, it can't always be night, what they said. I think you really need a healthy mix of both. You cannot be afraid of the dark. Like, there's so much dark in this world, and you don't have to get consumed by it, and you don't have to be afraid of it. Everything just is. That's another video. I am going to tap into that in a whole nother video, because that's something that needs to really be addressed. Like, we need a video on discernment and how they have perverted everyday things that normal people still use. Y'all, that's all I have to say about this. I just needed to go over all of the events of Astroworld, and I just needed to put it all in one place, because everybody's sending me DMs and sending me things, and I've seen it all. I don't want to see any more. After this video goes up, I don't want to talk about it anymore. I'm done letting this situation right here harvest my energy. I am sending my deepest condolences to those who lost someone in the crowd. However many casualties it was too much. And we're so desensitized to, like, so many people died, and the fact that the first thing that so many people wanted today was a video about it. And like, I wanted to talk about it too, and it's not like I'm not exempt from these things. It's just us as a whole, we are all so desensitized. Like, I just want the Matrix to be over. And like, it's just so weird. Like, it's just like living in our generation, like the internet is so much for us, and like just media in general. Like, this is my job now, so I know what comes with it, but it's like also like, this is gross. Like, I don't want to be like a vulture, you know, or just like talking about things like if that, because real people lost their lives today. So like, even though it was a ritual and I'm aware of everything that happened, it's still just like really gross and sad. Yeah.
Yo, we got a little problem up here.
Pick them up right
Everybody
now.
up. Sorry, you guys. We gotta look out for safety first, for real. Nobody gets hurt. That's
hey,
number one.
Hey, yo.
We'll play the whole shit again if you guys get up, if you guys are all right.
Hey, yo, man. We know we've been stressing all night about being cool. And this is the reason why. Let's go over it one more time. When someone falls, what do you do? When someone falls, what do you do? That's right, people.
I am gonna close this out now. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I hope that you got something out of this today and that you learned something new and that you don't allow your energy to be harvested by these people anymore and that you realize that these people really don't care about us. I love you guys. I will see you in my next video. I'm going